What's up, guys? I hope everybody is doing well, and today we got a question from a kid named London. On Instagram, his name is London_lifts. So London asked me to make a video about contest prep for a physique show and everything that comes with it. How much do you practice posing? What is the men's physique routine? Do you adjust macros leading up to the comp? Supplements, ? Cardio adjustments? How long does your cut diet last? Tips for first-time competitors? Thank you, brother, for the video. So, London, first of all, thank you for reaching out, asking me this question. And for those of you guys that aren't aware, I did do a physique show this last summer. I started at about 205, 210 pounds, somewhere in that range. I dropped all the way down to 174, 176, and I stepped on stage for the first time. It was August 16th, 19th, something like that. But anyways, all right, so let's just get right into his question and let's just start answering his questions. So his first one he asked was, how much did I practice posing? So my recommendation and what I did are two different things. So what I did is I probably didn't start practice posing until maybe 4 weeks out, probably 4 weeks out. And when I did start practicing posing, I went way too in depth with it. I created a whole entire routine. I had a song and I choreographed my posing with the song, only to come out to find that when competition date comes, all they asked for was a front pose, which depends on where you're from. How they will have you position the front pose. It will either be a full front pose, like a full frontal like this, or they'll let you get away with a little bit of a side pose. So here, maybe I could show you. So they'll either ask for a full front pose, which you will stand here, or they'll ask for a side pose, which you're still showing the front, but you're allowed to have that little turn of the hip here. So it'll either be a full frontal or a little turn like that. And then they ask for the front pose like that, and then a back pose, which is just like a lat spread. So I think that's what you asked your second question. Your second question was, what is the men's physique routine? So it's a front pose. Possibly they'll let you get away with a little bit of a side pose. Depends on who the judges are, and the judges will tell you right away. If you come out and do a side pose, if that's your best thing, they'll come out and say, nope, no side pose. They'll call you out in front of the whole entire crowd, and they'll say, please turn full frontal. But they'll give, during the athlete briefing before the actual show, they'll tell you exactly what you're looking for, and if they don't, just go up, ask them, and yeah. But be prepared for both. Be prepared to do a side pose that still shows your frontal, or be prepared to show just the full frontal. Also be prepared to do the back lat spread as well. Next question, he says, do you adjust macros leading up to the competition? So leading up to the competition, if I remember correctly, I did do like a little peak week thing, but remember, nothing actually really will change during your peak week. Your peak week will not, you can't make, this is how I'll put it, you can't make tremendous gains in your peak week. Like, you can't change your physique that much in your peak week, but you can ruin it. So you cannot get much better in your peak week. You can't cut much more. You can't, you can't cut much more. You're not going to gain much more muscle in a week. You actually won't gain any more muscle in a week, but you can do some damage. So make sure that you are prepared before peak week, so that when peak week comes, you're not freaking out that your physique is not ready. So prepare accordingly. Be show ready probably about 2 weeks out, so that when peak week comes, all you have to do is fine little details. But did I adjust my macros leading up? Yes, I did. I think you also asked how long was my prep, so I'll just tell you now. I started in about May, so May, the full month of May, the full month of June, the full month of July, so 3 months plus the first couple weeks in August. So my show was August 14th. So 3 months, 12, it was probably a little longer because I actually did start midway through. It was probably about a 16-week total cut, but that also is going to depend on how much weight you really need to lose. It depends on where your starting point is. My starting point was about 210 pounds. If your starting point It really is just individualized per person. If you're already kind of lean, then you can get away with doing a 12-week cut. If you have a lot of flab and you have a lot of work to go for, then sometimes you might need a 16 or even a 24-week cut. It really is all dependent on you. Hold on, my phone just freezed up. So I have to get back to the thing. But did I adjust my macros? Yeah, so let's get back to that. So I started, it was gradual. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I started with a higher amount of calories. I started with a higher amount of carbs, protein, and fat. And then as the competition neared, I lowered, and I would always have a refeed day as I was continually lowering my calories. My refeed days were Sundays, so I followed my diet strictly Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday I ate whatever the fuck I want as a complete refeed day. Every single meal, I didn't give a shit. I just ate whatever the fuck I wanted. But that can only happen and can only work if you literally count every single morsel, count every single drop of food, weigh your fucking food, do all this fucking crazy, consistent, strict shit for 6 days out of the week, and then that 7th day, you can go with a refeed. It will only benefit you anyways. God, my phone just keeps freezing. You're probably wondering if I did any like carb cycling or anything like that. I did not. The way I structured my macros was protein was always my highest. When you're cutting, you want to preserve as much muscle as possible and burn as much fat as possible so that when you're on stage, you still have muscle. Obviously, you don't want to look like a string bean, so you want to retain as much muscle as possible throughout this cut. So I kept my protein as high as I possibly could because you can go over protein and then your body will start metabolizing proteins as carbohydrates and sugar, and then obviously that will break down as fat. So anyways, I kept my proteins probably about 205, 220, in between that range. And then, or I can just give you the percentages. It was always 50% protein, 30% carb, 20% fat. And then the types of food I ate, I don't think you asked that, but the types of food I ate was whole foods. So whole foods are things that once walked, swam, flew on this earth, and then I had things that once were grown from the ground, picked from trees, and stuff like that. So a lot of chicken, turkey, lean ground beef, not a lot of pork, but some pork occasionally, some white fish like cod, tilapia, things like that, and then lots of vegetables, lots of asparagus, lots of broccoli, lots of rice. I stuck with white rice. I never went with the brown rice. Lots of rice, lots of oatmeal, lots of egg whites. What else did I have? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I kept it pretty simple, man. Supplements, did I take any supplements? Nope. Everything was pure diet for me. Do I recommend any supplements? Probably just whey protein if you cannot hit your protein goals. Probably just a whey protein supplement. Other than that, nothing really, no. I thought I was going to use a fat burner. Fucking threw that shit out after 2 days. I don't believe in that shit. That's why. I thought I was going to use it, and then I just fucking didn't use it. Cardio adjustments. Not really. If my weight wasn't decreasing, the scale was always my indicator. If the scale was having a hard time going down, then maybe I would do one of two things. I would either increase the amount of cardio I was doing, or I'd either decrease the amount of calories I was intaking. It really depended on my mood. If I didn't want to decrease the amount of calories, if I liked where I was at with calorie-wise, then I would increase my cardio. If I felt that I could still reduce some calories and still have enough calories to maintain muscle and maintain good workouts, then I would decrease the calories but keep the cardio same. So you can manipulate those two tools interchangeably. How long does your cut diet last? I already answered that question. It's specific to you. And tips for first-time competitors. Let's think of some more tips for first-time competitors. Be prepared. When I had my show, I think my check-in was around 8:30. I got there at freaking 7:15, I think. I got there fucking early. get there early. There's going to be a lot of people there. You're going to want to sign in. You're going to have that pre-game nervousness. You want to get there early. You want to check out the stage. You want to check out the scene. You want to feel relaxed. You want to feel comfortable. You just want to get comfortable with everything, all the situations. So get there early, be prepared, have everything printed out, have everything paid for, so that you're not stressed out on the day of the show. As far as tanning goes, I would actually get the tan that they use and provide at the competition. One, because the judges will notice that, and there's a little bit of scamming going on. If you don't use the tan and they can notice that, which it's pretty obviously, if you don't use their tan, then right away they might just dismiss you just because you didn't buy their product. Kind of scammy, but just a little heads up. You probably want to use the tanning company that the competition provides. Tanning, set your appointment early. You're going to get tanned there at the competition, but set your appointment early. Also have a good base tan before you get your tan. So if you're doing competition in the summer, go outside, get a base tan, and then that will look even better when you get your tan on top of your tan. Drink a lot of water. Expect to be fucking tired during the end of your cut. Like the last month and a half, you're going to be fucking tired. Leading up to the show, there was times where I was fucking bedridden. Like I didn't have enough energy to get out of bed. I was really completely just fucking zonked. I was just fucked. So be prepared to be really fucking tired. As far as getting on stage, it's gonna be nerve-wracking at first, but once you get out of there, just be comfortable. Have fun with it, man. Smile, wave at the crowd, look like you're not nervous, because the judges will see if you're fucking nervous. Get out there, wave, smile, have a good time, because it may be your last show. You may not enjoy it, so might as well just have fun with it, you know? For me, I probably won't do another show, but I tried to make the most of the show that I was doing. Also, another tip, bring some food for the competition. You probably already know this, but you don't know what I brought, but you probably know what to bring. If you don't, I brought rice cakes. I brought a lot of simple sugars. Simple sugars what they're thought to do is absorb into your muscle quicker, so that when you're pumping up pre-stage, your muscles are gonna look all swollen and vascular and all that shit. So I brought rice cakes, peanut butter, and honey. And I just would have those right before I went on stage. Make sure you pump up before you get on stage. Make sure you have a good oil before you get on stage. On top of your tan, you're gonna want a nice oil. Something that I bought was the olive oil hairspray. It was olive oil hairspray, and I would have either my girlfriend or somebody that I met at the competition spray me down with it, lather me up with it. You don't wanna go too oily, but you wanna have a nice in-between. So not too oily, not too little, nice in-between. Any more tips I can think of? Competitions are fucking long. They're an all-day affair, so that in between the pre-show, the show in the morning, the pre-show, there's nobody in the stands. It's only the judges, and this is when the judges will decide who their winners are before even the night show happens. So when you get on stage in the pre-show, make sure you're on the top of your game. And then in between the pre-show and the night show, make sure you go and have a big fucking meal. A lot of people are like to just, because not much is going to change in between the pre-show and the night show. So just have a nice fucking meal. Enjoy yourself. Have a hamburger, have some french fries, and then just relax. Drink some water. Don't eat too much that you're bloated when you come back on stage, but just enjoy yourself. Have a nice little meal. And then the night show will happen. All the people will be in the stands, and then they'll announce their winners. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I gave out a shit ton of information, man. Another piece of tip another tip I can give you, man, is have somebody to give you some guidance. Have somebody to give you some direction. I had somebody write me up a nutrition plan when I started, and I followed that nutrition plan to a fucking T, and it worked. So this is something that I can help you with if you ever needed help with a nutrition plan or a workout plan. As you know, I do offer online coaching, 4 week, 6 week, 8 week, 12 week, 16 week, nutrition and workout plan. So if you're interested, you can click the link below, or you can just email me at chadmolyneuxfitness@gmail.com, or you could direct message me on Instagram. That's where you reached out to me before, so we already have an ongoing conversation there. But that's going to end this video, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you guys are looking to compete, this is a great video for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, tell your friends about the channel, share the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.